What's up, MTG Arena fans? I'm Mason Ortiz, and this is my channel, MTGBudgetBrew. My goal is to provide fun and interesting decks on a budget. To make my decks budget, I limit myself by only using a total of 4 rare/mythic cards in a deck, so a playset's worth. I'm back from my trip to California, and for today, I've got a deck built around a creature that you should not be sleeping on because it's crazy powerful. It's Goreclaw, Terror of Cal Sisma. 3 and a green for a 4/3 bear that says, creature spells you cast with power 4 or greater cost 2 less to cast. Whenever Goreclaw, Terror of Cal Sisma attacks, each creature you control with power 4 or greater gets +1/+1 and gains trample until end of turn. Both abilities on Goreclaw are even better than you would imagine. The cost reduction is massive. If you have 2 4-drops to play, that's a total of 8 mana's worth that you get to cast for only 4 mana. That literally cuts your mana costs in half. Turning an overstated 3-drop creature into a 1-drop is nuts. 1 mana for a 4/5 creature, or even a 5/5 creature, that's something you can expect to see with this deck, and you can't beat that value. The second half of Goreclaw is also incredibly powerful because it makes a ton of subpar creatures into very real threats. A 4 mana 4/4 isn't a big deal, but when it becomes a 5/5 with trample, suddenly that's a lot more damage that your opponent needs to account for. They can't just chump block like they might have thought. So obviously our deck is like power 4 or greater tribal. So we've got some payoffs for that with cards like Nessian Hornbeetle and Garruk's Uprising, which reward us for playing big creatures. For our big creatures, I'm only running 3 copies of Goreclaw, so our 4th rare slot is going to Rhonas the Indomitable, which also has power 4 or greater payoff. Next we're running Lurking Roper, Elegant Entourage, Obstinate Baloth, and Blossom Prancer, which is the recipient of today's artist shoutout. Ryan Yee did a wonderful job on Blossom Prancer. I love looking at this card. Out of the 92 cards that Ryan has made for Magic, this is one of my favorites by him. He's currently selling sets of fetch lands online that are also artist proofs, which are pricey, but man, they look so damn cool. I need this channel to take off so I can start buying some of the amazing artwork from these artists. After that, we're running Adventurous Impulse to help us hit our early game land drops, or to find creatures in the mid to late game. We've got Blizzard Brawl as our only removal spell, but it's one that synergizes extremely well with Goreclaw. Goreclaw needs to attack to trigger its second ability, so giving it indestructible prior to combat is huge because it means that we'll get to swing with it again next turn, buffing our board a second time. And none of our creatures have trample on their own, so that's very relevant to our game plan. And speaking of indestructible, we've got Tamiyo Safekeeping as another way to protect Goreclaw, and it also gains us life, which again is good for Lurking Roper. For our mana base, we're just running 24 Snow-Covered Forests. I'm telling you guys, this deck has really impressed me. Whenever we get to untap with Goreclaw, our board just becomes massive. So let's hop into some matches and see if I can impress you guys enough to try out Goreclaw for yourselves. Alright guys, here we are going into game number 1. Here are my current stats with the deck, 2-0, and I know I was just raving about the deck, and that doesn't seem like a lot of games to become really impressed with the deck, and it's not. I built this deck on my laptop, which doesn't have Untapped on it, or maybe the account isn't linked or something. I don't know. So I played a lot more games. They're just not, the stats, they're just not recorded. So I'm 2-0 currently, as you guys can see. So we'll use those stats going into, game number 1. But I'm telling you, this deck, it has really, really impressed me. And like I said earlier, I'm back from California. I was gone for a few days for my sister's graduation, but I am back now. So hopefully my uploads should become more regular again. I did my best to try and record extra videos for the time that I was going to be gone. But my videos take a very long time for me to make. I'm not gonna lie. It takes a lot longer than honestly maybe it should to make my videos. So I only ended up making 1 additional video for the 4 days that I was gone. So yeah, it's the only one I had for you guys. But I'm back now. So like I said, hopefully, well not even hopefully, my schedule is gonna get a little more back to normal. My goal is to be releasing videos daily for you guys. So yeah, I'm back, and this is the first deck, and I really, really liked it. Alright, so turn 2, you saw me play Nessian Hornbeetle. To be in combat on our turn, if you control another creature with power 4 or greater, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on Nessian Hornbeetle. And then Lurking Roper. Lurking Roper is a very interesting pick for this deck, because Lurking Roper is 3 mana for a 4/5 that doesn't untap during your untap step. But whenever you gain life, you get to untap Lurking Roper. We don't have a ton of ways to gain life with our deck, But I really, really wanted another 3-drop for our curve. In fact, can I pull up my curve from here? No. I don't have a way to show you my curve right now. But when I was building the deck, I was like, we really don't have a lot of 3-drops, and there's not a lot of good 3-drops that have power 4 or greater. There's like a lot of 3-mana, like vanilla 4/2s, and I was like, that's just not good enough for the deck. But I was like, but 3 mana for a 4/5, yes, it has the situational untap. I was like, that seems really good though. That seems worth playing, and I've used Lurking Roper in decks before, mostly life gain stuff. But yeah, I decided to run the Lurking Roper, and I'm scared about what our opponents got going on because I have no idea what they're doing. The Lurking Roper has felt really good, and again, it makes cards like Obstinate Baloth good and have additional purpose in the deck. Because this is a 4-mana 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. That's pretty much it. The second half isn't likely to happen. If a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard Obstinate Baloth, put it onto the battlefield instead of putting it into your graveyard. Like, that's cool and all, but it's not something that's normally relevant. But the life gain is very relevant when we have Lurking Roper on our field. And I'm not trying to stall out our opponents. I'm just trying to talk about a lot of stuff because I like a lot of the cards in the deck. I'm going to set up the Goreclaw. Our opponents, again, I don't know what they're up to. Scares me a little bit. I am going to swing with both creatures here, making our opponent take 8. They're down to 13. Feels like we're in a decent spot, but again, I don't know what our opponent has going on. They have a lot of mana, and I'm pretty worried about a board wipe. I'm not going to lie. But if they don't board wipe us here, look at our hand. Look at this. I can drop double Elegant Entourage next turn, and that's just like, that's 8/8 worth of stats. Really 9/9 worth of stats if you count the additional +1/+1 trigger we're gonna get from our first Elegant Entourage. 9/9 worth of stats that we get for 4 mana. All right, so let's see. And this force is actually huge because this will allow us to use Tamiyo Safekeeping and untap our Lurking Roper. So first we're going to drop an Elegant Entourage. We're going to drop our second Elegant Entourage, triggering our first. We're going to put a counter on, let's say, Goreclaw. We're now going to use Tamiyo Safekeeping during our main phase on Goreclaw, give it indestructible, untap our Lurking Roper. Nessian Hornbeetle gets another counter. We go to combat. Everything's going to get a +1/+1 counter and trample. And look at all that damage we're swinging with. 17 damage we're swinging with right now. And we still got 2 5/5s chilling in the back. Which, I mean, they become 4/4s again. But look at that, dude. Look at all that power that we're just swinging. It's phenomenal. It's great. It feels really good. I'm liking the deck. And this is definitely going to be a first game dub. Let's go, baby. Let's go. First video back. We get the game 1 win. And I will remember to pull up the stats right meow to prove that that was it. Boom. There it was. 7 seconds ago. Game number 1. 3-0 with the deck. It feels good. And you see, that's what this deck can do. So I will see you guys in the next match. Alright, here we are in another match. And we've got a nice, decent looking 1-2-3 curve. And so I'm going to keep this. Oh, opponent. Opponent. What are you doing, my guy? Why are you running 155 cards? Look at that. Look at that Adventurous Impulse getting us our Goreclaw. But dog, why are you running 155 cards? 1, that's really random number. And 2, it's also so unnecessary. Ooh, a Soul Warden. Okay, this is interesting. I haven't played against a life gain deck yet. And I really want to know how we match up against them. Because, again, our creatures, they're pretty big. And so I think they can contest the life gain creatures pretty decently. The trample helps. Again, you saw in game number 1, we're swinging like 15 to 20 damage realistically, a turn. And that's a lot. That is not a small amount. Let's see. I'll play the Garruk's Uprising here. Swing in for 2. And it's fine. So, I mean, life gain, again, they can gain a lot of life. But if we keep swinging like 20 plus power every single turn, we got to eventually whittle them down, right? At least that's my thinking. So, I mean, we might see here just, how well we match up against life gain. This is, I don't know. This might not be the greatest match ever. Our opponent's running 155 cards for whatever reason. And they went turn 1 Plains into turn 2 Mountain, which is very interesting. followed by no third land drop. Feels bad for them, but I will take it. Alright, so here we're going to drop Goreclaw. Our opponent has priority, suspicious. We'll get to draw a card from our Garruk's Uprising. Phenomenal value. Hornbeetle becomes a 3/3. We swing. Opponent still has priority. There's something they can do. Hopefully, it's not like a lightning strike to kill Goreclaw. That'd be a bummer. Because if Goreclaw lives, next turn we get to double Baloth, which is 2 more draws from our Garruk's Uprising. Which is, that's a lot of good value. It's just, it's good. Dude, when we get set up with Garruk's Uprising plus Goreclaw, it's pretty nasty. Oof. Rip our opponent, dude. Alright, we'll go Baloth. Triggers, triggers, triggers. Oh, you know what? I probably should have killed Soul Warden with Blizzard Brawl before I played that. I was thinking that I want to kill this, the 2/2 with First Strike, but killing Soul Warden is probably better. So as soon as our opponent allows these triggers to resolve, I will fix my mistake. I will Blizzard Brawl, get Goreclaw to kill Soul Warden. Good. And now we will drop our second Baloth, drawing another card, and gaining us 4 life in the process. Hornbeetle will get another counter. And we're swinging in with what, 11 damage right now? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, just look at our board, man. And even if our opponent did have enough, you know, did have more stuff going on. Did I have fun in the match? I had fun. Even if our opponent did have more going on, and they had, like, I don't know, board wipe or something, or some removal. Like, I mean, we have double Blossom Prancer in hand. Like, that'll find us plenty of value. But, good game too. Good game too. I will see you guys in the next one. Alright, here we are in game number 3. Opening hand. I'm liking it. We got the turn 3 Roper into Baloth into Blossom Prancer. Lots of ways to gain life so that we can untap with our Roper. And the Tamiyo Safekeeping. Literally every way that we have to gain life. Plus our Roper. So, yeah. Feeling good. Our opponent is running a 60 card deck. It's great. You'll love to see it. Please don't be like the guy from last game. Don't run a deck with 155 cards. You don't need to. It didn't help him. As you saw, he struggled to find land. It's crazy and not surprising. Excuse me. That was a weird sounding one. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, I was going to talk about my trip to California. How was it? Thank you for asking. You guys are very kind. It was good. It was both long and short. And what I mean by that is that the drive was super, super long. It took me about 12 hours to drive down just to my dad's place in Northern California. And then I was going all the way to Oceanside, which was like another 8 hours from there. But luckily, I made that second half of the drive with my dad and my stepmom. So they did all the driving. So that was cool. That saved me 8 hours there and 8 hours back that I was originally planning to drive. So even though... actually, yeah, that's it. So I still drove a lot, right? I still drove like 24 hours in, within a 4-day period. Something like that, or at least close to it. But they saved me another 16 hours of driving that I would have done otherwise. So again, it's good. All right, we're going to swing in with Lurking Roper here. They probably don't block with their ooze. They probably take the 4. That was correct. Now, we have an interesting choice. I could Lurking Roper, then hold up the Tamiyo Safekeeping. No, if I hold up Tamiyo Safekeeping, they're not going to swing with their ooze if I play the other Roper. So we'll just gain the life and untap Roper right now. Anyway, yeah, so drive still long. There's a lot of driving to do because I only stayed in Oceanside for like a day. The day that we got there, spent the night, hung out for a few hours, checked out of the hotel in the morning, and drove back up to Northern California. So it was a lot of driving for not that much time spent at the destination. But it was a good time though. It was nice. It was good. Always good to see family. Let's see. We have a lot of options here again. I think I go to combat, swing with both, Opponent takes 8. That's balls. What do you guys think? Another Baloth? Lurking Roper is just bigger than Baloth. I'm going to go with the Lurking Roper. We'll play that. We're going to end the turn, and I'm going to hold up Tamiyo Safekeeping. I don't know if this is the right call, but it's the one that I want to do. Hopefully our opponent will give me a reason to use Tamiyo Safekeeping here. I'll get to untap our first Roper, go to combat, swing out, and then get to drop our second Baloth to then untap our Ropers again. See, we don't have a ton of life gain in the deck, but we have enough, and it is working. And Lurking Ropers, they're putting in work right now. But yeah, it was fun. The weather was a little bit shitty, unfortunately, and surprisingly. It was overcast. It was kind of rainy. Yeah, very, very gloomy for Southern California. No blocks. Like, I was there for Christmas. Dude, Christmas Day, it was like, the weather was just, it was beautiful. I should have untapped. The weather was beautiful. I went out for a walk at like 7:30 along the beach. People were already surfing. The weather was that nice. People were surfing at 7 in the morning on Christmas Day. Like, it was crazy. Okay, we're gonna Baloth here to untap our first Roper. We're gonna go to combat, swing out, and I'm gonna hold up the Tamiyo Safekeeping still. If we, yeah, we'll either use it during our opponent's turn, protect one of our creatures, or we'll just use it during our main phase next turn to untap our board and then swing for what is probably going to be lethal. And our opponent, I feel like they haven't done much, and we're kind of kicking their ass, which is good. There's battlefield up to 2 target creatures, each get +1/+0 and gain indestructible to end of turn. That is a neat card. That is a very neat card that I've never seen before. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. My sister's graduation, not too bad, wasn't super long. Only took like an hour, hour and a half. So that was good. Let's see. I mean, I might as well block, right? Yeah, she just became a vet tech, so that's cool. She always liked animals when we were a kid, so when we were kids. So, you know, that's good for her. Let's see. I will make that one indestructible. We gain our 2 life. Untap everything and swing. And we hit him with that good game, baby. Good. Yeah, it feels good to be back home now, though. Because, again, there's a lot of driving. Very tiring. And, in fact, the day that I drove back up, I went to the gym with my dad. Because I've been getting back into the gym, right? And, yeah. Doing that before making, like, an 11 to 12 hour drive is not great. I'll be honest with you. It was a little bit rough. I was real tired. I spent all yesterday pretty much just recuperating. But, that's the match. I will see you guys in the next one. Alright guys, here we are in another match. This is probably going to be our final one. Opponent's running 69 cards. Nice, but also still unacceptable. Only run 60. Now, our opening hand, slow. We didn't have a single play until Goreclaw. We just found Garruk's Uprising, so that's good. But, if we can just untap with Goreclaw, the rest of our hand becomes pretty nuts. Although, we do need to hit land drop number 4. There's a 41% chance that we top deck a land, and that's what we need. But once we do, we're chilling. We are straight chilling. Maybe. I mean, we'll see what our opponent has. I haven't seen these lands before. Oh, there goes Garruk's Uprising. That is surprising. And a huge bummer. Very, very big bummer. Alright, come on, land. Easy day, ask and you shall receive. Alright. Don't have removal. 1 turn, don't use it. Just 1 turn, don't have it. That's all I'm asking. You already destroyed my enchantment. Play another cat or something. Leave Goreclaw alone. Do it. Do it. Leave it alone. 2/2 lifelink, phenomenal. Love to see it. And another cat, that's fine. Love to see it. Alright, so the question is... Ooh. The question has been answered. I was going to say, do we go for the double Baloth, or do we go for a Blossom Prancer and try to hit a 3-drop creature, which would become a 1-drop creature that we could then also cast But I think we just go with Adventurous Impulse first. No, we don't. Not first. We go with Blossom Prancer. Okay? We try to find a 3-drop creature, like I said, like a Lurking Roper, which we can now cast. Wait. If I go with Adventurous Impulse and I hit a land, I would still have been able to use Lurking Roper. Dog. Already? Why? But why? All right, and that's the gameplay, ladies and gentlemen, mostly gentlemen. That is the power of Goreclaw. Our opponent conceded already. Yeah, I don't know why they gave up so early, so easily, but they did, and that's fine with me. So I will see you guys in final thoughts. All right, and here we are in final thoughts. Final thoughts. I love this deck. I'm loving it a lot. We're 6-0 with the deck, 100% win rate. That's pretty good, you know, 100%. That's not too bad. I've seen better. But that's not too shabby, if you ask me. But yeah, if I wasn't worried about this video going on super long, I would show you guys a bunch more matches. I would, because I'm really enjoying playing this deck, and I'll probably keep playing it while I'm not recording too, like during my own downtime and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff going on with this deck, and I like it a lot. We didn't get to see Rhonas, I don't think, which is a bummer. Rhonas is cool. And one of my favorite cards. Yeah, dude. There's just a lot of cool stuff that this deck can do. And again, Goreclaw. I cannot understate just how good Goreclaw is, dude. Again, you can just, in a single turn, you can drop like a double Baloth, an Elegant Entourage, and a Baloth. You saw me use the Blossom Prancer into a Lurking Roper, or we were about to. Like, that's crazy. That's so much value. That is 8 mana worth of stuff that you can cast for 4. That's half the mana cost. That's crazy. It's super good. You guys got to give Goreclaw a chance. And yeah, if you do, I recommend a lot of these. Because, you know, here we can see our curve finally. I was mentioning it a little bit earlier. But, like, we really needed some more 3-drops. In fact, we only have 9 in here. And it looks like half of them are creatures, half are non-creature, right? So, Lurking Roper. Oh, yeah. So, Lurking Roper is our main 3-drop creature. We do have Rhonas as well. But Lurking Roper, really good. Really highly recommend that you use it for the deck. And again, if you're using Lurking Roper, you got to go with the Obstinate Baloth. It's a card that I'm sure never sees play. You probably have some in your collection if you've opened Brothers War packs. Again, no one's using it. Why? Because it's not that great. Again, because after it enters the battlefield, it's really just a vanilla 4-mana 4/4. But, when you're only casting it for 2 mana, and then you go to combat, it becomes a 5/5 a trample. That's pretty good. It's pretty good, you know. So, highly recommend it. You guys, give this deck a chance. A lot of cool cards, a lot of cool stuff going on. What's up, guys? Here we are in a bonus match because I just looked at the times for all my recordings, and you know what? Those games are a lot faster than I thought they were. So I thought you guys, you can handle one more game, and you deserve it. I appreciate all the support you guys have given me. So here's another game. And our opponent is playing with a disgusting amount of cards. Absolutely gross. Don't do it. And here I am trying to be nice, give you guys an extra, you know, some extra gameplay, and my opponent just not having it. Didn't want to be part of this bonus footage. So we're gonna hop into another game. Man, not that I'm complaining that much. It helps the win rate, you know. So now we're 7-0 with the deck. So but I really am just trying to show you guys the deck a little bit more. So hopefully Connor the Destroyer, running 60 card deck, you'll love to see it, will give us a decent match here. All right, come on, Connor. Let's give the people a good show. I'm out of water. That is a bummer. Any day now, Connor. Alright. So turn 1, we're going to Adventurous Impulse, and I think I want to go for a land if we can. Yeah. I'm going to go for the land. I want to guarantee that we hit Goreclaw on curve. And we still have a 3-drop to play before that, so yeah. I think we're fine. I don't think we needed to grab like the Hornbeetle or something. Opponent plays in search for greatness. In search of greatness. Enchantment, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a permanent spell from your hand with mana value equal to 1 plus the highest mana value among other permanents you control without paying its mana cost. If you don't, scry 1. Interesting. I've never played with this card. I've seen a few people use it, and it does seem very interesting. Seems pretty cool. So our opponent would be able to cast, what, a 3-drop right now? No, wait. From among other permanents you control. So all they could do was scry. Okay, that's fine. Looks like a mono-green mirror match, though, so that's neat. We'll see if we can outpace them. Arlid Colony. Okay. There goes Lurking Roper. Now, I like the fact that our opponent is mono-green. It leads me to think that they will not have a good answer for Goreclaw, which means that we should be untapping with Goreclaw, in which case we should be, you know, stomping them just a little bit. They miss a land drop. That is something noteworthy. We're going to swing in for 4. They don't block with me. In search of greatness. Scry 1 to the top. If it's not a land, there it is. I was going to say, if it's not a land, they're a clown. They hit it. They Vastwood Surge now, going up to 6 mana. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. Garruk's Uprising. Do I want to play that? Do I need to? I could Uprising, but I don't think I need to. I want to kill my opponent next turn. That is the goal. So what I want to do here is Baloth. Tapping the Lurking Roper. Maybe I should have Uprising. Nah. Oh, wait. Sequencing was bad. Oh, it's fine. Never punished. Alright, we'll grab Obstinate Baloth. We'll swing. I said that my sequencing was bad because I should have swung first and then played Blossom Prancer to then gain the life to untap our Roper during second main phase. But it's fine. We found another Baloth, so we're chilling. Yeah, I don't see how our opponent wins from here. Elder Gargaroth, it's a really good creature. It's strong, but it's not going to be enough. So, let's see. We'll play this. Gain more life. Untap our creature. We're going to Blizzard Brawl. Goreclaw into Elder Gargaroth. It's not going to kill it, but that increases Goreclaw's power and then also makes it indestructible and also weakens the Elder Gargaroth. So now it can't block as much, you know, using its toughness. So that's game. And we won the mono green mirror. Let's go, baby. Well, that's a dub. And that's going to wrap up the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one.